Hey you guys, this is Professor Vitt. Welcome to module number 3, Monsters and Dragons. You'll note in the upper right hand corner we have a little picture of Bigfoot taken from the infamous Patterson-Gimlin film. You'll be learning about that during this module. This is a film that was taken in the late 60s near Orleans, California, I believe, and it has been as controversial since its inception as almost anything. Lots of people think that they can demonstrate that it's a hoax. Other people think they can demonstrate that it is, in fact, not a hoax but legitimate. We'll leave that all up to you guys. So, first thing you're going to do in this packet is you're going to watch me give an overview video concerning arguments, argumentation, validity, soundness, strength, that sort of thing. So you're going to watch that video. It's going to give you the lay of the land, hopefully in a little bit better way than the book does. Then task number 2, you'll read chapter 3 and evaluate claims 1 through 10 on page 58, at least 15 words per answer. Then you are going to watch a video. It's a movie. It's called Here Be Dragons, and you will be answering these questions. Now, just a quick side note on Here Be Dragons. It's usually a polarizing video. People love it or they hate it. There's not usually much in between. So keep that in mind. If Brian Dunning, who made the movie, is getting on your nerves, ask yourself why that is. Could that be related to confirmation bias? Similarly, if you're watching it and it all just makes sense and you don't have any problems with it, is that because you already agree with some of what's going on there? So just keep that in the back of your mind, particularly whenever you are answering 7 and 8. Okay? All right. Next thing you're going to do, task number 4, you've got 3 answers that you are going to give on Moodle in the Moodle chat room, and it is number 3. It's called Bigfoot Forum Chat. So after you download this and you've looked at this video, you will go into the chat room and answer these 3 questions. Don't worry, they're also going to be listed in the chat room. Then task number 5. Task number 5 is divided up into 3 little subtasks. You're going to read a good article from a skeptic on the history of Bigfoot. Then keep in mind, if you're a Bigfoot believer, it's going to get you a little upset, or you're going to think it's a bad article. And if you're a skeptic, then you're going to love it. It's well written and it's concise. I don't pick it for either side. It's just a good article to read. Then you're going to generate a 1 to 2 page outline of that article, and then you will use that article to turn in with your video. So what happens is to turn in with your paper. This article is going to be what you use to help write your paper. Then the third thing to do for task number 5 is to respond to someone's post in task number 4. And I give you detailed instructions on how to do that. Then task number 6, you're going to read Bindernagle's article on the history of Bigfoot. Great article. Bindernagel is just someone who had been interested in Bigfoot, sort of a cryptozoologist of sorts. He was just interested in it. He'd been studying it for many moons, and so he wrote this article. You will do just as you did with Ben Radford. You'll generate a 1 to 2 page outline of that article, giving me the major arguments, and you're going to use that. I would build that outline around this 5 pieces of evidence on pages 55 to 56 there. So that's the short and sweet. And then task 7 of 8, you're going to pick 10 of these sentences, little passages to respond to. You're going to indicate whether any of these is a fallacy and whether or not you find it convincing. 15 words per minimum. You don't have to do all of them. There are 25 there. You only need to do 10. I just wanted to give you some variety. Okay, and then task number 8, you are going to write your Bigfoot paper. It's going to be 15% of your grade, and you are turning it in with the module. So just cut and paste it into the module. And then this is how you will write your paper. You have done part 1 at this point. if you've done everything I've told you to do, you'll have worked the fallacy worksheet, you've read Radford and Bindernagel, you've made an outline of Radford, and you've made an outline of Bindernagel. Then, for part 2 of the paper, you're going to pick 3 arguments for and against, 3 arguments for and 3 arguments against the existence of Bigfoot from the reading, from those 2 articles. Now, you can also pull them off of this fallacy worksheet here. That's perfectly fine. But I want you to present those arguments, right? And tell me, are these arguments deductive or inductive? Are they valid or sound, strong or weak, or cogent? And then do any of them make errors in their reasoning, right? Are any of these arguments really just fallacies? And then lastly, you are going to tell me what you think concerning Bigfoot based on the readings that we've done. You are not graded on your belief in Bigfoot, but you are graded on how well you've argued for or against the position. So that covers it. That is the module. It is very doable. It's probably more work than the first module, but not by too much. So I look forward to getting your submissions. You guys are doing great. Thanks a lot.